Hi learners, welcome back to my YouTube channel Psychology Globe. I am Simran and I hope you all are doing well. So before we start today's video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for future updates. So in the last video, I discussed how we can identify people who are suffering from suicidal ideation or any other major mental distress. But identification alone is not sufficient. We actually have to help them to come out of it. So for that purpose, we are going to discuss a concept what is known as psychological first aid. A psychological first aid basically means the first hand help that we can give to a person who is suffering from any mental issue or any other trauma. So before we discuss psychological first aid in detail, first we have to understand what we can do in psychological first aid and what we cannot do. First of all, you don't have to act as a mental health professional and don't try to heal or treat the person completely. All you have to do is to address the immediate concerns and risks. You have to listen them. You don't have to pressurize them to talk because this can seriously do more harm than doing any good, and you don't have to judge them. So there are 5 basic components of psychological first aid. The first goal is to promote safety. Any person who is undergoing any mentally stressful situation, the very first threat is the risk of suicide or risk of self-harm. So first you have to, sorry for the background noise, first you have to ensure that the person does not commit any self-harm act or they do not harm themselves in any manner. Not just themselves but also their family, friends or anyone. The next goal is to promote calm. This is quite understood that a person who is undergoing something, they are not calm, either they are anxious or depressed. So try to bring them to a normal ground so that they can discuss their concerns. The next goal is to promote self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the belief in oneself that the situations are going to improve. So you have to promote self-efficacy. You can also give some real life examples to do that. Next is to promote connectedness. You have to make them feel that they are supported by their friends, they are supported by their community, or they are supported by you, so that they can feel that they are not alone. The next thing that I have to discuss is the 3 components: look, listen, and the next is link. So the very first component is look. Look is quite similar to identification. However, you have to inform the person. If in case they are in denial, you have to inform the person what has happened and what is happening. Moreover, you have to assess the safety and security risks and make sure that the person is away from any self-harm material or any self-harm resource. Next is that you have to address the immediate basic and practical needs. For example, if there is a natural disaster, of course, if the person has lost their loved ones, there is trauma, there is emotional breakage. However, the very first thing that you need to assess is that whether they are having sufficient food and water to sustain themselves or not. So first start from the basic needs and then move towards the higher needs. The next component is listen. For solving any problem, the very first and the foremost step is to listen. If you don't listen properly, then you are not going to act properly. First, you have to approach the person who you think is in distress. Then you have to introduce yourself and you have to offer to give help, and make sure that you don't pressurize them. If they are not willing to take your help, don't give. Moreover, you have to calm the person in distress and ask about their needs and concerns. You have to find the solutions to their immediate problems and needs. The third step is link. Now, link, it is a very crucial step. Under linking, you have to make the person connect the dots. For example, they can actually connect whatever has happened to their present circumstances. Moreover, you have to make them access the information by which they can help themselves. Moreover, you can also provide information about the resources from where they can seek help, such as NGOs, government agencies, helpline numbers, and you can help them connecting with their loved ones. So this was all about psychological first aid. Again, I'm repeating, don't try to become a psychologist or don't try to become too professional, because if you even if you are a professional in some sense, then the very purpose of psychological first aid will be lost if you try to go too much by the norms. You just have to keep some basic things in mind, that is not pressurizing the person, not forcing them to talk, moreover not reviving their traumas, not judging them, not giving them any statements that can further hurt their sentiments or push them into grief. So this was all about today's video, and we are done with the topic of suicide, its identification and prevention. I'll be coming up with some more interesting videos very soon. Till then, stay tuned to the channel. There are a lot of videos that are already available, so you can go and watch them. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye.